Hi friends, I'm Juani and welcome to Juani's house. In today's video, guys, I am going to bring you a bread pudding recipe that is out of this world. This bread pudding recipe is inspired by one that my great-grandfather, no, actually my great-grandfather used to make when we were growing up. And everything that I'm putting in here are things that he used. He made the best bread pudding, guys, and he would add nuts to it. He would add raisins and things like that. I'm not adding the nuts to this, but you can use nuts and then make it very festive. If I were to use nuts, I would use either walnuts or pecans because those are prevalent this time of the year, and so it will be great for a holiday breakfast, for Christmas or Thanksgiving morning with some type of sausage, like some type of pork or Italian type sausage, or it will be great for dessert, which is how we're gonna have it. We're gonna have it warm with some vanilla ice cream, and we're gonna make a really nice like syrup to go over. It's gonna be so good, guys. So I'm not gonna talk anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything done and ready for you guys. So the first thing I want to do is we're gonna go ahead and make our custard. So in this pan here, I'm going to add a cup of, well, I didn't tell you what we needed, huh? So we're gonna use some evaporated milk. We're also going to use some sweetened condensed milk. We have some sugar, some brown sugar, allspice, nutmeg, cinnamon. We're gonna use 4 eggs, and you're gonna need like some day-old bread or some type of like sourdough, some type of like rugged bread. So I am using this French baguette because it's a very thick, dense bread. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to crack our 4 eggs in here. This right here brings back so many memories for me. And what started this was, well, first I had an event, and at the event I requested bread pudding, guys, and it was some of the best bread pudding that I had tasted, and it tasted a lot like my Papa's bread pudding. And so I had not made bread pudding simply because I didn't know if Mr. B liked it or not. And so him and I was talking about it because we was watching Food Network, and we was talking about, and I think it was Valerie, she was making a wardrobe salad, and I love those. My great grandmother used to make those, so those just started the memories because she would always make that around the holiday times. And so now I'm gonna add a cup of the evaporated milk. So she used to make the Waldorf salad, and I was talking about around the holiday times, Papa would make this, and I loved it, guys. I loved it. And so here is our evaporated milk. All that goodness. So we're gonna put in a cup of this also, and then we're gonna have some left over because we need to make our syrup. Okay, we're gonna pour a cup of that in here. That's so good, so good. And I'm gonna make sure, let me get this, because we want to get every drop of that goodness out. Definitely don't want to leave any of that in there. Okay, now this pudding is it's gonna be very dense, so don't worry about, you know, anything. It's gonna be really good, guys. Okay, so then on top of that, I'm gonna add a tablespoon of sugar. Oops. I'm also going to do a tablespoon of brown brown sugar. And you know, one way to keep your brown sugar from getting hard like mine is now is to keep like a damp sponge in there. It would keep it from turning, getting hard. And I guess someone must have taken my sponge out, or I could have just not put it back in here. But let me get what I need. Okay, so we have this in there. Okay, then we're going to use a half a teaspoon of everything, all the spices. So we're gonna use a half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, nutmeg, and you guys know, because this is what makes it special, and allspice. And when Papa used to be in the kitchen, and oh my goodness, because him and my big mama, that's what we called them, Big Mama and Papa, they would be in the kitchen around the holidays, and they would start like 3 days early because they cooked everything. We had ham, we had turkey, we had hens, we had ducks, we had collard greens, we had candy yam. Big Mama would make a coconut cake, a chocolate cake, sweet potato pie. She would make a vanilla cake. Any type of cake you wanted, she had it. And so the holidays were really, really big for us. And we all still talk about them now and how they used to put on and show out for the holidays. So now we're going to mix all of this in and make sure that our yolks are broken. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. Now what I want to do now, so in this bowl here I have like 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna put it up here in the microwave, and I'm just gonna melt it. Now back in the day, Papa didn't deal with no microwave. He did not believe in them. He would get an old pie pan or something, or a Pyrex, and put his food in there because he did not trust the microwave. He was like, y'all keep on messing with that microwave, you're gonna wake up one day and have an eye in the back of your head. He did not deal with no microwave, so he would have warmed up his butter and everything on the stove the old-fashioned way. So, but we not doing that. Okay, so we're gonna sit both of these to the side. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do now, that this is our container that we are going to use for our bread pudding. This is my Temptations, and this is actually going to be my first time using it. And so I'm just going to break off some of my baguette, and we're just going to break it in chunks like this. This is so easy. This is one of those dishes that you could make ahead of time and let sit and let all the flavors meld, and then you go ahead right before, after your guests have dinner, then you go ahead and pop this in the oven towards the end of dinner, and then you can serve this warm. That's exactly how I am going to do it. And it's really, really easy to make, which is probably why Papa made it. And he would use regular bread, like I said. He called it light bread, so he would use white bread. And I think maybe sometimes he may use like a old like baguette or something that he may have gotten. But As I remember, I think he used just like regular white bread. Okay. Okay, so this is that. And like I told you, it's such an easy recipe to make. And it'll probably take you about 10 minutes to make. And once we put this in the oven, we're gonna cook it or bake it for about 35 to 40 minutes until everything sets. Okay, so what I want to do now is here, this is butter, no margarine. We're using butter, guys. So we put the butter over it. We have our raisins here, and we're gonna add our raisins. Now, like I said, Papa would put nuts in it and in his, and he would also put pineapple sometime. It just depends what he felt like. And I tell you guys, it used to be so ooey gooey. It would be firm, yet it would be like a little jiggly. Perfect. So I'm just going to mix this around because I don't want all of our raisins to be sitting at the top. Take our mixture here. We're gonna give it another whirl. And then we're just gonna pour this over it, just like that. Just like that. Yes, 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 yes. Y'all know when I get excited about something like this, and I do the yes, 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 because I'm thinking I have memories of this. Now my mom says that one of my great cousins makes a really good bread pudding. I have never had. My mom has the recipe, and she said she was gonna give it to me. So if she gives it to me, I may do another video so that we can see what's the difference between hers and mine. Okay, so we have that there, and what I want to do is I'm actually just gonna let it sit. I want all of those flavors to absorb into the bread. Yes. Guys, I'm gonna let it sit for a couple of minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and put it in the oven. Top part is like brown and crunchy, and then you see I ate a little bit right there. It is so good. And so I'm going to let it warm, let it cool a little bit, and then I place them in these really cute little dessert bowls. And then on top of it, I poured over some of our caramel sauce, as well as a little small dollop of vanilla ice cream. And guys, this was so good. It satisfies any sweet tooth that you may have, and it is absolutely amazing. That is that sauce right there, and it's really good. Now I can just eat that sauce by itself. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video as I shared with you this dessert, or it could be a breakfast without the ice cream, that I know your family would love. A lot of you guys have told me that you tried a lot of my recipes and that you love them, and I'm so happy that you and your family enjoyed them, and then I can be along with you at the holidays as well. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. If you are new to Juani's house, I would love for you to subscribe
So go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you won't miss out on any of my upcoming uploads. Well, guys, I'm about to go, but before I do, you know what I always say. The next time you're in town, you can always stop by Juani's house. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.